Serious question. Coming up with super funny and super out-of-the-box type humor, is it somewhat or sometimes necessary to smoke a little something or take a little something to help bring out the obscurity, or is that approach for amateurs? So I don't make any moral judgment against that kind of stuff. What you do in the privacy of your own home, as long as it doesn't affect or endanger somebody else, it's none of my business. But if you want to be a professional screenwriter or comedy writer, you're going to be working long hours. I'm talking 10, 12, 14 hours a day, especially in TV. And you need to be on. You need to be functioning and be able to deliver the goods. And if you're going to be high that amount of time, 12 hours, that's half your life. I don't see how that's sustainable. I think that just might be an excuse to get high. That's not recreational drugs then. That's occupational drugs. I just made that up. I should patent that. So I don't think that's the key. I think the key to be funny and creative is to be able to think like a child, because kids see magic and wonder everywhere. It's their natural state. And all of us, we're children. So just think back to your past. And if you have trouble accessing your past, start hanging out with little kids. Ask a 3-year-old, hey, how do planes stay in the sky? They'll come up with something crazy. They'll say, they're the magnets in the clouds. And you're going to be like, magnets in the clouds? Why didn't I think of that? When my daughter was little, I remember we took her to one of these old 1800 homes they converted into a museum. And the tour guide took us around and she said, yeah, back then you had to worry about the draft coming in through the windows. Afterwards, we took my daughter to we took her to the car. I said, hey, what do you think of the tour? And she said, I liked it, but I'm sorry I didn't get to see the giraffes. I said, what giraffes? The ones coming through the window. And I was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? That's perfect. For Halloween, she got to be whatever, she wanted. She wanted to be a fairy. I was like, all right, you could be a fairy, but you can't be Tinkerbell. You got to come up with your own fairy. So she comes up with, her costume. I said, what's your costume? She says, I'm the nighttime winter fairy that polishes the nighttime winter sky. I said, that's perfect. That's perfect. And it's no wonder, that both my kids now, they're in college age, they're both artists. One's a visual artist. The other is a writer and an actor. Because that's how you just think like a kid. We're always encouraging to think like a kid. At home, I'm filthy. I say things like wildly inappropriate to my wife, and she just laughs. And she goes, in your mind, are you a 12-year-old? I said, I'm more like a 10-year-old. I think I'm a 10-year-old. I come up with some stuff. It's like, I get stuck on stuff. And that's how I put the money on the table. That's how I bring the dinner home. So I don't think it's about drugs. Now, once a month, I'm going to have, I think this is a great topic for a webinar because I'm doing these free monthly webinars. This might be a good one, talking about how to access your creativity and stuff like that. So if you want to be invited, it's free. Click the link in my profile. If you miss it, I'll send you a free, the replay a couple days later. It'll be a good talk. I'll get to this one. Each month is going to be a different topic. I just made a note. This might be a fun one. All right. Thanks so much. I hope to see you there.